Hey guys, what's good? So I'm finna do a Q&A right now. So I know I don't usually do this, but this one guy called Lenny had an amazing question, and I thought maybe I should open up the floor to some more questions. Yeah, and y'all came up with really good questions, so I'ma just answer them and give y'all some insight about our club, what we finna do in the future, what we did in the past, how we came up with the idea, etc., and just random stuff like that. But it's finna be valid, so let's get right into it. First question comes in from, I'm gonna go from most recent to first asked. Most recent question comes in from my boy Asif. By the way, I'm finna give a shout out to all these people in the description, so y'all better go follow them on Instagram. So Asif asks, how did we come up with this idea of making these two teams and playing regularly and that? So I did actually mention that in a video, but that was a long time ago. That was before I decided to restart my YouTube channel. So I'm finna answer it again. So basically, I basically have a disability, for those who didn't know, and I had a surgery in 2014. And 2 weeks before the surgery, actually, one of my uncles, who is now the captain of our opposition team, came over to visit me. He was like, you know what, I have this idea. It's like, what idea? I want to get you into sports. I was like, alright, what sport? He's like, well, that's up to you. He's like, there's the NBA Finals going on right now, as well as the FIFA World Cup. I suggest that you watch both and pick one. And from your recovery onwards, I'll get you into that sport. I promise. Okay, so I watched without watching any of them, I thought I was gonna pick the NBA Finals because that's what's more popular here in America. But after watching the World Cup, especially 2014 World Cup Final, it opened my eyes to how competitive these games can be. And Mario Götze's goal in the 113th minute just left me speechless. That and Germany 7, Brazil 1 also played a huge part in me wanting to play soccer. I mean, that 7-1 Germany victory over Brazil is the reason I started wanting to play soccer, and then I let him know my decision, and then he's like, great choice. I never really played basketball professionally, but I did play soccer professionally, so I can definitely help you more with that. How about we build two teams? I'm going to be the captain of one team, and then Honorable's going to be the captain of the other team, and we can battle it out next year in the summer. And then I'm like, good idea. And then later on, he's like, wait, hold on. 2 years after, he's like, wait, hold on. Why don't I be the captain of the opposition that you'll always face in all the championship matches? Because that way, when we do friendly matches, they can actually count. Because there's a lot of players in our league, right? Out of the two teams, there's like 12 players, and the one that can play the most is Honorable's uncle and my uncle. If Honorable was the captain of the opposition team, he would need to come somehow, but he doesn't have a ride. His ride is his uncle. So why not his uncle be the opposition? Plus, he's a good player, so him being on my team increases my chances of winning. So we transferred him. Needless to say, I think I'm going too far here, but we transferred Anabil from the other team, and then the captain became his uncle. So my team was, before being Big Apple United, we were named Queens FC because I then lived in Queens, he then lived in Brooklyn. Now he lives in Trenton, New Jersey. I live in New Hyde Park, New York. And since New York and New Jersey, New Hyde Park and Trenton are in different states, we decided to do a state game. So ours is Big Apple United, named after New York, and theirs is Trenton City FC because they're based in Trenton. Alright, brilliant, lovely. Alright, that's your answer, Asif. It's actually funny because you were one of the last submissions to the questions, Asif, and you didn't even know what you were gonna ask. You were like, nah, bro, I don't know what I'm gonna say for this Q&A. I literally had to force you to come up with a question, and that question was actually brilliant because it yielded a 4-minute, 5-minute long answer. So yeah, well done. Good question. Moving on. The question before that came from George, and he asked, will you be adding new teams to your league? Now, okay, this is going to take me time to explain. If there are multiple teams in a league, say for example the Premier League or La Liga, they have to play multiple teams, right? Say there's a team called Long Island United, Brooklyn FC, Queens FC, and let's say Trenton City FC. It can't always just be Long Island United, which is my team, versus every other team. Like Trenton City FC has to play Queens, Brooklyn has to play Queens, Brooklyn has to play Trenton City FC. See what I'm saying? Every team has to play each other. But here's the thing though, we're not a professional team. So therefore we play our family members. The players that we have from Queens right now in our league are family friends of mine. The players that we have from Trenton City FC right now are cousins of mine. My cousins and my family friends are not close enough to each other, mutually speaking, to go hang out at each other's houses and play soccer because they don't know each other that well. Unless we're there, they want to interact with each other. You see what I'm saying here? So since we're not a professional team and we only play our family members, that's where it's at. So we can't add other teams to the league. Another reason why here, George, is championship matches. Say there aren't enough players for us to make 4 different teams for the championship matches, so we have to make 2, which we have to make, say for example, 6 players in each team. We might end up dragging some of Queens FC's players onto Long Island United and some of Brooklyn FC's players onto Trenton City FC, whatever, right? You understand what I'm saying, right? It's kind of contradictory if during the championship match players have to switch teams, and so we're just sticking to 2. But I would definitely be open to merging the 2 teams, perhaps creating an 11-a-side team and taking on other teams from perhaps across New York, if those teams were to take us seriously. Problem is, no 11-side team would take us seriously because we have ex-professional players, and they don't want to play against ex-professional players, even if it is in a friendly, because they're in a proper league. I'm in a conflict here. I would do anything I can to expand the team. Problem is, no one takes us seriously except for us. Hopefully it happens someday, but you never know. Okay. Next, I'm gonna go with Juan's questions. Notice how I said questions? I said each person can enter up to 3 questions, and Juan was one of the OGs that entered 3 out of 3 questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer the first one. How many games per season? It's usually 5 to 7, but this time we can't tell because, as you know, Juan, my mom's sick, like really seriously ill. And by the way, for those who are watching this, please pray for my mom. Good looks. And since we're in a family crisis right now, we can't guarantee playing any of our games. 1. And 2, we aren't a professional team. We aren't in a league or anything like that as of now. And therefore, okay. The answer to your question, Juan, is the same answer to the question, why aren't we in a league? That question's never been asked before, but I'll answer it anyway. It's a good point to bring up, so I'll answer it anyway. Okay. Our players consist of, say, ex-professional footballers, ex-Sunday League footballers who are now adults, grown up old men even. Bill's uncle is 58 years old. He's playing for us, but these adults have a day-to-day job. And so their work schedule sometimes, with some of these careers, your work schedules aren't fixed. Therefore, we don't know when we're going to play the games. Therefore, we don't know how many games we can fit into one season. One season is one summer. And on top of that, this year, my mom's serious illness adds to that. We already had one game. Praying to God that we're going to have another. Please keep praying that we're going to have our championship match in August. In that case, that makes 2. But as I mentioned before, my mom's sick. This is an exception. This is an exception. Usually it's 5, maybe 6. But depends on the timing, really, when the opening day is. Another third point, Juan, here is our opponents went on vacation. They literally came back 2 days ago. That's why opening day was so late. That's why we only have so much time before school starts again. I mean, it's sad, but it's true. Also, we could have played in the next 2 weeks, but I'm finna pull up to Area 51 and bring some aliens to New York, and they could join our league. Bro, George, this is sick, bro. I didn't think of this before, but like, I'm finna pull up to Area 51, right? I could get some aliens and make an aliens team or 2. And there you have it. You have 4 teams in the league. 2 human teams and 2 alien teams. Bro, that's actually sick, bro. I'm finna try and do that. I'm finna capture the aliens, put them in my trunk, and bring them to New York. Put in my luggage and bring them to New York. I'm finna capture like 12 different aliens, bro. Bro, I'm for real. We finna bring the aliens to New York and make an aliens team, bro. Oh my god, bro. Bro, I ain't think of that before, but that's sick. In all seriousness, I'm just joking. I would really insert a meme, like, right here, but I don't know how to do that yet. Someone teach me. Someone teach me how to insert a meme into YouTube videos. Drop it in the comments. Alright, anyways, though, it's kind of funny, like, Juan, you had 3 questions, and it took me so long to just answer one. I remember you asked another question, Juan, about what clubs do our team's players support. the adults are old now and haven't really watched club football in a while. They only watch international tournaments. So they don't really support club football anymore or any club football teams. The kids, though, I support Man U. The others are all Barcelona bandwagons. So yeah, that's great. What was your other question? I can't remember. Juan, what was your other question about? Oh, yeah. What was our favorite pitch to play at as a team so far? Alright. So, for the championship matches, we've played at my uncle's backyard, my backyard, Hempstead Lake State Park twice, then Calvert Vaux Park and Canarsie Park. For me, purely based on my own opinion, on a soccer playing standpoint, I would have to say Calvert Vaux Park. Because out of all the parks we've been at, their soccer field, their football pitch was closest to the parking spot, and it was really short. It was a really short walk. And we got to play both legs of that championship match on a real soccer pitch. One leg on the sidelines, the other leg using half a football pitch. I was really proud of my team that we achieved that, frankly, to be honest with you, Juan. And, but, however, the rest of the players, especially the adults, the fans, will say it was probably Canarsie. Because Canarsie was convenient for all our players, not too long a drive for any of the players, and it had a good picnic spot. The thing that's bad with Calvert Vaux is the walk from the soccer field to the picnic spot is a little too far. That's what the issue is. The fans, like my mom and my aunt and grandma and stuff, they literally wanted to eat during the game because they were hungry, but they couldn't because it's on the sidelines. So we had to finish the game, take a long walk, eat, come back, and play the second leg. Like, it was a little too chaotic, hectic, and inconvenient. But the soccer was good. See, now that half the players in our league have moved to Trenton, every time we do a championship match, we finna go on tour. That may decrease the number of potential players in the game. Like, I know some of our players may not be able to make it. We originally had 14 players planned. Only 9 of them can make it and 5 of them can't. If we go so far to Trenton. But 9 of them can and 5 of them can't. However, if we do it closer, it's the other way around. So 5 of them can, 9 of them can't. Playing with 5 players in short notice is worse than playing with 9 players on short notice. The reason why I'm saying on short notice is, once again, my mom's sick, so we don't really know the date or where we're gonna do it. All we know is that hopefully, if God wills, it's finna happen. We don't know when, we don't know where. There's a special circumstance. We had everything planned out, but this time we don't know when, we don't know where. I'm going to move on to Lenny, your question. And I know the answer to Juan's question dragged me into answering Lenny's question because I like to talk too much. It's just me, you know. Lenny, where to begin? I'll finish answering the question I was partially answering already. First question was, this year, are you only preparing for one game, or is it going to be a big tournament? And there's also a follow-up question. If there's going to be a tournament, how will it be set up? Okay, Lenny, let me explain this to you, alright, buddy? I've always wanted to expand the league. Problem is, we don't have enough players to do that. But on the day of the championships, maybe we can figure something out. I'm thinking of something right now. Hold on. Okay, so I've really never known which way to format it. I don't want to give away too much. God forbid it doesn't happen. Y'all finna cry. I'm finna be disappointed too. So what I'm saying is, the game this year is gonna be on a short notice. So we don't know who's finna be able to make it, who ain't. We don't know where it's finna be, when it's finna be. All we know is that, if God wills, there will be a championship match in August. At least one match. If not, two. Three. So, yeah. We are planning on doing a 3-a-side tournament. But, if there are less than 12 players, we will stick to one game. More details on how that'll work moving forward when the time comes. When the time comes on the day of the championship, I'll give you all the information, because really I wouldn't know before the day of the championship how it's gonna go down due to the circumstances of this year. We haven't had that issue before, because it was all planned out and organized due to, of course, my mom not having the illness she has now. But now she has that illness, so it depends all on her health. We can't really set a date, but if we pray to God, it will probably be mid to late August, at the very, very end of summer. What we're ultimately going to have to do is let them know 2, maybe 3 days before, and see who can come and who can't. And if we get 12 or more players, we will do a tournament. I'm telling you that much. You need to pray to God, Lenny, if you're watching this, and anyone else, if they want to see us play in a tournament, that more than 12 players show up on the day. Yeah. Other than that, we're just gonna have to see what happens. Alright, last question of the day, that's from Lenny, is will you go on tour this year? Answer to that is pretty self-explanatory. I think I've explained it before, but I'll say it again. To make the championship matches convenient for everyone, we pick the venue where the most players can show up at. So, we have 9 players, literally 9 players in Trenton. No, 7 players in Trenton. And 7 here. So, oh, sorry. What am I saying? We have 7 players in Trenton. 4 or 5 here. So, we're hoping two or three of the 4 or 5 can make it, and 7 that we have in Trenton. See, 7 players of our league are situated in Trenton. And so for us to do the game, we need to do it at the venue most players can show up at. If it's an away game, it's better for us. It's more players that way. So every time we have a championship match, we'll go on tour. Which means once a year, we're going on tour. It's just guaranteed that once a year, we're going on tour. And that's great, because we get to play different areas and experience a variety of football pitches. It's great. And don't forget, I'm not going to do the likes thing anymore because I already uploaded another video. But I'm going to say 75 subs, and I have a surprise to reveal. Alright. 75 subs, and I have a surprise to reveal. That's going to be the end of the video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Every question was answered. I made sure. This video is OD long, but I don't care because I answered all your questions, and I thought about stuff myself. And if y'all can help me do the things I want to do, I would really be grateful to every single one of you. I really want to expand my team. So, and how well we're known in the outside world. So, maybe some of you guys can help me with that. I'll be hitting you guys up accordingly. If I think I'll need help from you, I'll hit you guys up. I'll DM you guys. But, that should be it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for the championship match. Pray to God that it can happen, as I've all shared with you my circumstances this year. All y'all need to pray to God that it'll happen. If everyone prays, finger crossed, I'm certain God will listen, because He works that way. We's finna have to have faith, stay strong, and believe in God with everything that's going on. Everyone, please pray for my mom. And fingers crossed to God that the championship match happens. 112 players show up so we can do a full tournament. I do have an idea in mind, once again, how that tournament's going to work, but I'm not going to give it away, because if I give it away and it doesn't happen, I'm going to be really disappointed, you're going to be really disappointed, and it's not going to be a win-win, so I'm not going to do that. This video is going to go up tomorrow morning. See you guys later. Peace. Yeah, see if I'm going to add a little bit more to the answer to your question. How did we come on YouTube? Now, I am gutted that I didn't think of this earlier. I am so distraught that I didn't think of this earlier. But in 2017, Christmas 2017, I was a big fan of #United, and I still am, by the way. You should go check them out. They're a great team. I wanted to create my own #United. #United are popular on YouTube. I wanted to come to YouTube. And there you have it. I just randomly started uploading videos. I was always a bit skeptical about if my parents would allow it. But they do. Like, there's nothing wrong with filming soccer and posting it on YouTube. It's not inappropriate content, is it? Is soccer R-rated? No, it isn't. That's why we're on YouTube, and my parents allow it. I just want to take this opportunity to give a big shout out to my aunt for filming every single game that's on YouTube. It's thanks to my aunt. One of them, my dad filmed too, but he wasn't really great at it. My aunt's better than my dad by a lot at filming. I don't know why she doesn't do it professionally, but maybe we should start paying you from the next championship match for videotaping. If you're watching this, let us know if you want to get paid. But yeah, great job by my aunt yesterday too for doing it. I mean, I would let my dad do it, but one, he's a player, and two, whenever he does videotape, he misses goals. And we want to hire whoever's best fit for the job. It's not a job. She's doing it out of love and passion, and I appreciate that. I thank her for that in every single way I can. She's making the YouTube channel possible. 48 subscribers, all thanks to my aunt and us for playing. It's 48 divided by 2, 24. 50% credit goes to her. 24 subscribers credit goes to my aunt. The other 24, the soccer players. That's what I wanted to say. The cameramen, the camera crew are underrated in all this. I just wanted to thank all of them. That's basically it. End of the video.